Are you ready? Is it straight? Is it round? Is it straight or is it round? Can you wear it? You can eat it? Do you throw it away? I'm looking for my hat. Always prefer to have something on my head. So just give me 1 second. You know, I might begin this video by saying, let me explain who I am. For those of you who know who I am, you know how it works. You know what I've been doing over the years, over the 20 years, 13 years that I'm being here, I talk about it. For those who think possibly that I have zero experience, the question would be, what is the qualification for having experience? Is it the amount of time, what I have gotten out of what I have studied? Who was my teacher? Where did these elements come that I studied? Was there a program or a formation of where to begin to study? How did it all begin? Why am I doing this? What does it mean? Who will it serve? It serves the analytics. I believe that the analytics are the actual path of what brought everything to be where it is at that moment. For everything that is happening now and the possibilities already pre-constructed before it's arrived into the future at the time when, well, that's not what it was. The law of averages. You play hockey, I can tell you right now that every single game has 60 minutes unless we put an add-on. Do we add on to our computer things that are not already uploaded, or do we now have to go into extra innings? The inning, not the period. It's a period of time. It's 20 minutes. If you're playing CFL, extra time is X of the score you get, and if the other team doesn't score in the extra time, if it's baseball, there's no time other than the little bit of time that it takes for the pitcher to wind up and throw the ball, for the amount of time when the catcher goes or one of the players goes to talk to the pitcher, or someone from the dugout gets out of the dugout to go talk to the pitcher, or somebody on the field, and how long and how much, what is the discrepancy with arguments, and what is a Sweet 16, and what does it mean to be born at 9? All these items have been explained to us in games. And through all these items in games, will it have any pertinence in the basis of understanding creation, where we've come from and possibly where we're going? But to note that if the analytics can prove that we are a reincarnate of the truth of the understanding of the hypothetical reality that I propose in front of you right now. So birth is a 9. Well, in a 9, you automatically are out, but you're out for a cycle. You see, there's the man cycle and there's the team cycle. In the man and the team cycle, what is going on is in a team cycle, you can run, and run. You can score. You can get IRBIs, RBIs. There's no telling how many points you can get. But when it comes to the out, after 9 pitches are thrown, being it that they are strikes, you are in the dugout. But you're not alone, because on 9 strikes, you strike out 3 batters, and that brings you back to the dugout, and then you become the 666. You're on the field. You are now the offense. Did you cause the 9, or were you the cause of the 9? 666. Where do I get this information from? Well, on 9 pitches, 3 pitches at a time, 3 pitches are strike. The first batter is out. You go into the dugout. The next batter comes up. It's you. You get 3 more strikes. You go into the dugout. The next batter is you. You get 3 more strikes. 9 strikes. The inning is over. Now you go into the outfield. You are out. You're on the field and off the field. Off is 0-15, 6 and 6 F and F equals to 27. 2 sixes come together with 21. That 21 is a singular cube. Now you're on the offense. You strike out the next team with 9 and 9, 99. Jupiter 13. The moon is now created through DC direct current, alternate current. That means there were 9 and 9 pitches. One team went on the field, one team went off the field. The other team that was on the field, that was already off the field, is now back at the plate. Now, the thing about being at the plate now is you already had 3 strikes. What does the 4th strike mean? Well, the 4th strike means that if you revert to the 4th strike to equal to 3 men on base, then you would have a GS, a grand slam. You see, when I play the baseball game, I try to understand the possibilities of what's going on at every bat for what's going to happen. And everything's going to happen because it has to be filled into AI, and AI has to know all the possibilities. So first pitch of the game was a strike, and the first pitch of the game was a ball. And then the second pitch of the game was a ball, and then the second pitch of the game was a strike. So we had the first ball thrown was a strike, and the second ball thrown was a strike, and the first ball thrown was a strike, and the second ball thrown was a ball, and the first ball thrown was a ball, and the second ball thrown was a strike, and the second ball thrown, the next ball thrown is a ball, and the next ball thrown is a ball. Because those are all the combinations to get up to either 2 balls and 2 strikes, or 1 ball and 2 strikes, or 2 balls and 1 strike. The combinations to achieve that point. And so on and so forth. Until now you are out. Until we reach the 7th inning stretch. And overtime, 5 times 2, 5 plus 2. Jack, which is a plug-in for Bell, the big pig. 17, EL coming together, 17, the gateway. In the 7th inning stretch, 6.5 or 11 innings have been played. 18 and 21 outs, R and U, like in Nibiru. Equals to 39, the numeric value for 10. The numeric value for Angel, created by number 74, 7 times 4, 7 plus 4, which those numbers are energy. 74 is cross. 74 is Muhammad. 74 is Jesus. 74 is Rubik's. So now I understand 74 now has a name that was created by man. Remember, what is man? Does it mean it's a male? Or is the male just like the background? Or is it the add-on? The extra fee with the male that comes into this world. So what do we get with 16 balls? With 16 balls, we have 4 walks. It's a sweet 16 because guess what? We get to have male and female and birth into this world. Why? 16 outs. 16 outs. Sorry, did I say 16 outs? I meant 16 balls. 16 balls goes all the way around. You walk. There's still 3 players on the bases. Let's call it purple. Okay. There's 4 of them. There's 3 men on. 4 and 3 is DC. Right? What is 4 and 3? Remember, the 4th one is what flips everything over. right? So when they came up to play again, the fourth out is what flipped everything over to where that person could have been knocked in for the grand slam. So where the RBI, the run batted in, where R is number 12, here's an R, and here's a 13. So it's RB, B, and R. The bar mitzvah and the bat mitzvah. The queen and the king, also known as Big Slick, because when they show the deck of cards online coming out, they show it finishing with the ace, telling me the 2 card is the first card and the ace card, unless they're starting from ace 1, king 2, being it as the second card, but the K is the 11th letter. Imagine the K is the 11th letter in king, but it's the 13th card. So 11th letter, 1 and 1 is 2. So when I say male and female, it's because R and B, and they got batted in. The I, the RBI, 12. The R is 18. The B is 2, equals to 20. And the I is 29, birth into Venus, and that a house of Venus. Almost the 11, the 12, the 14, the 15, the 16, the 18, the 18, did I get that right? No. The 19, did I get that right? No. So the 19, no. The 18, no. And the 13, no. 13, 18, and 19. The reason for that, I'm going to explain to you, and I might draw it out if I can just get a little bit of room here. Hold on a second. Let's see if I can get a little bit of room over here. Can you just push it, just push a little that way? Okay. So we're going to do it over here, that when I'm going to work these numbers, right, and we're going to start with 11. So 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 is 2 and 1 equaling to 3. 2 times 1, 2 plus 1, okay, will equal to 3, and 2 equals to 5. 3 times 2 is 6, equals to 11 and 30. So now we brought 11 with 3. So 11 and 30 equals to 41. 4 times 1, 4 plus 1 equals to 4 and 5. 4 times 5, 4 plus 5 is 20 and 9 equaling to 29. 2 times 9, 2 plus 9 equals to 18 and 11. So 1 times 8, 1 plus 8, right, will equal to 9, and 8 equals to 17. This one is just going to start over here, back at the beginning. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7, let me go 17, right? 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 equals to 7 and 8 equals to 15. 7 times 8 is 56 equals to 71. So this stops and this one stops. This is where they stop. The total between the two stops is 82. The highest and the lowest stop, right? Did I get that right? Sorry, it's 29 and 71. 7 and 2, because it's 29, right? That's going to add up to 29 again, unless we bring these two configurations together. 26 and 74. Or we're going to bring up 67 and 33. It's funny the way it goes, 100 and 100. At the same time, when we add these together, it equal to 91. When I add this together, it'll equal to 91. 6 and 3 is 9. 7 and 3 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. So we have to understand the complete rotation of this number. So we did 11. Now, when we do 12, it's going to do the same thing because of this number. But when I do 13, right, what's going to happen to 13? Check this out. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 is 3 and 4. 3 times 4, 3 plus 4 equals to 12 and 7, 19. Sorry, 12 and 7 equals to 19. 1 times 9, 1 plus 9 equals to 9 and 10 equals to 9 and 1. 9 and 1 equals to 9 and 1. And it stops here because it just reverts back over here. When you get to number 14, I don't need to go anymore because 14 is here. I don't need to go. Do I have to go to number 15? Because what happens, right, when I go to 15, 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 equals 5 and 6 equals to 11. So it's the same thing as 2 and 3. So you know 11 and base 15 and 12 all come together, and 14 all comes together. 11, 12, 14, and 15. 13 does not, and 19 will revert back into 19 again. So now we're going to work over to 16. So if I work over to 16, okay, it's going to give me 7 and 6 is going to give me 42, and 13 is going to give me 55, which is going to give me 5 times 5, 5 plus 5 equals to 25, and 10 equaling to 35. Let me get this down properly. Equaling to, let me see if I got a, equaling to 35. 3 times 5, 3 plus 5 is 15, and 8 equals to 23. And if I stop this over here, because it goes back to the beginning over here, right? But as I went up, I also ended up with this number over here. We know what 13 did. 13 went over here, but what did 42 do? 4 times 2, 4 plus 2 equals to 8, and 6 equals to 14. So we know this one stops, and on the next level, it moves back up to over here where 41 is. You do know that 13 and 14 is a division. There's a division between 3 and 4, between 13 and 14, between 23 and 24, between 33 and 34. They all have polarities, these over here, and then 43 and 44. And now you have between above and below where it repeats. Why do I say polarity? Because in the alphabet, this and this has a polarity. That means if this and this have a polarity, that means the second and the fourth will have a polarity. So let's go from the beginning to the end. 3 plus 43 is 40. 3 plus 44 is 47. 4 plus 43 is 47. 13 plus 34 is 47. 14 plus 33 is 47. 23 and itself. These two, and this one alone. So you can see how this works. So now we did all of these, 14. We did 16. Well, there goes that color pencil. We did 16. We did 13. We did 14. We did 12. And we did 11. So we did them all. What about 17? 17 was done. 17 is done right over here. Because 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 will come back to the beginning. And this is where Q fits in. And this is 19. Q and 19 both come in together. That's why they're using this along with this, because it's alpha beta. It's 1, 2 creation equaling to what is 3. The first time 3 is actually apparent as equivalent to 1 is at 21st. So now we're going to come into 17. We're going to come into 18. Did we do 18 already? Did we do 18? Yes, 18 was done right over here, right back at the beginning. Here is where 18 was done. So we have them all done. All our alphabet is done. And as you can see, that 11, so we're going to have to do this separately. It becomes 17. So this 17, end result 71. 16, and we can bring it down here, end result 29. 15, end result 29. 14, end result 29. 13, end result 19. Do we have 14 12, we have 12. 12, end result, 29. What's next? 11, end result, 29. So we have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, end result, 1 times 8, 1 plus 8 equals to 9. You see, I shouldn't have stopped that because there's a continuation to this one over here. So I'm going to have to re-explain this one because it does not end there. This is the primary of this. 9 times 8 is 72. This will create 8 and 9 again. So it ends back into itself, either 17 or at 89. This one over here will just keep repeating in itself. So how should I put it? 18 ends up in 89 again, right? Is that how I should put it? Which is 1727. Inside the house of bait is the spirit of the gate. It's the only one that does it. And the reason for that is that 1 and 2 come together, right? They bring that scenario together, just like 5 and 9. 1 and 2 come together. They're primary. There is nothing there until you have both of them. Otherwise, we wouldn't have dice cubes showing me this reality. This is the base that comes into life forever and ever. You cannot remove that base. Or this does not come into the base, and you're actually starting your life with this. Or are you starting your life with this because this is Earth's heart? 74, Jesus. 47, time. 47 will create the angels that come from it, and that's 39. You're 39, you're angels, and like I said, you need 1 and 2 to create 3. Unless you're working with this one over here. So part of this is questionable. And now you have 19. So 19 works its way back into 19. So this is the way the numbers work. You have 12 equaling to 29. You have 16 extending to 29. You have 15 and 14 and 11 to 29. And these create something different. 17 and 18 work together. Mars and the sun work together in your natural high birth. Where do I get this from? 3 to the power of 2, 2 to the power of 3 create 8 and 9. Creation in Venus. 10. This one over here, and this one over here, and this one over here are a reflection. 7, 8, and 9 are a reflection. Where do I get this? The French. The French change the words around between 7, 8, and 9. So that means the 7th pitch, the 8th pitch, and the 9th pitch. Talking about one part of Mars, one part of the sun, one part of the moon. The spirit. Why do I say this? Because your base creation of A, B, C, D, broken down to D, C, B, broken down to C, B, A, 6, 9, and 10. Which world are we living in right now? Is it 4 and 1 equaling to 5? Is it 4 and 2 equaling to 6? Or is it 4 and 3 equaling to 7? Is it 3 and 2 equaling to 5 or 3 and 1 equaling to 4 and 2 and 1 equaling to 3? Is it 4, 3, 2 equaling to 9? Is it 4, 3, 1 equaling to what is 8? So where 8 and 9 comes together is when you start to put 4, 3, 2 and then 4, 3, 1 and then 4, 2, 1 equals to 7 equals to 8 equals to 9. The combinations of creation, when you're wiring a house or you're doing plumbing, you have to have pieces and parts and different valves opening in different sections to have the continuation. We don't just, you're talking and thinking and laughing and having a good time. But your body is working. There's stuff going on over there. My blood is flowing. My heart is pumping. I don't feel so good. Because that's your body. Your transit. Air transit. Was creation from beyond? Are we AI? Are we the individual free element of thought? Are we freewheeling here? Or are we connected to a higher source? What's keeping us beating? What makes us want to go? Just give me a minute. Let me go get my little cup in the kitchen, and I'm going to be back. Let me go down these questions. Let me see what I've missed here. 1994, please explain. Fly like a butterfly. 1817, sting like a bee. Sting like a bee. Now, sting like a bee. Now, there's two E's in bee, and there's more than one house. Born into a pod. We're living in a pod right now. Not you, not me, but me and you. And you and me living together. One here, one there. We're everywhere. How big are we? This big, that big? I don't know how big we are. We seem as big as we are to each other because we gave it a measurement. You know, I used to be 5'7". Now I'm 172. I used to weigh 172. Now I weigh 72. I'm a little confused. Moving into the matrix system. I was once 5'7". I felt short, but hey, I'm 172 centimeters now. Oh my God, I'm overweight. I used to weigh 175. But it's okay now. I only weigh 73. Wow. Things got better over time, eh? Well, wait a second. I didn't know I was wearing a crown. Because in Canada, you're under the imperial system. And in the US, and when you go to the US, I don't even have to go to the US. I just go to the washroom at the urinal. It tells me at the urinal, this is US gallons. Well, US gallons is apparently, don't get me wrong, I have to calculate, but I have to go look at weights and measures. I think it's 3.7 liters to a US gallon to an imperial gallon, which is 4.6 something liters. But I'm going to drive down the highway at 100, and I know it's 62 miles an hour US, 6'2", 6 feet, 2 inches. 72 and 2, 74, Jesus and energy. Oh, I got that right. What's the difference between 47 and 74? It's 27, so that's 3 times 9. So we know it's not in the mirror side. You start to mirror, right? You start to mirror at 36. You're not mirroring at 27. You're the C. You know what happens if you take a C here and you put the I inside of it? Looks like a Q. What if you have 2 C's on each side and you put the I in between and you connect the 2 of them? What looked like C is now QQ. Don't forget, 28 grams, the cycle of the moon, the number of man. 28 times 13. 364 times 13 again. 4732. Divide it. Can I divide that by 26? Well, what it is it's 13 years times 28 days times 13. I'm trying to calculate that. In 13 years, 364 days times 13 equals to 4732. That's how many days there are for you to reach the 169 moons, or 168 surrounding one, a 616 shape, which is actually the Monopoly board, which is 48 around 40, which is 88, and the band of Monopoly where the properties are an automatic 88, and that's because I followed the rules. The rules are the rules for you and for me. Graph paper, numbers on a calculator, the ATM, a pen is called a pen. In French, it's called a stylo. Oui, je peux faire ça en français si tu désires que je fasse ça de même. Je ne sais pas. Mais si je le parle assez bien que AI peut transformer mes mots, ça va être excellent. I said if I speak well enough, AI can transfer my words, and you can listen to this in another language. So when I'm talking about Monopoly, let me just show you. It's in Monopoly. That is the center. There are 6 this way and 6 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now you know the arrows are pointing towards each other. What is this area? What is this area? Remember the skeleton. The skeleton. The skeleton. What skeleton? And when you go down to this corner, right? This corner here, this is the GTL. I forgot to tell you, in baseball, it's an RBI when you bat yourself in, because you're the only one playing the game. This is the 12th letter. This is the 13th letter. And this one is the 9th letter. That becomes your birth. It becomes 3, 4, and 9. It becomes the bat mitzvah and the bar mitzvah. 7 and 9 come together, both male and female come into the world. The R and the B, like in arbit, the judge. The bear, the judge. Day and night, awake and asleep. Everything splits here. This is my ruler. This is telling me this story. It's got 1 dot for every single side, and I can equally change every single dot with a multiplication. Now I can either use the multiplication in its own form or set a form. When I say its own form, I'm going to use the multiplication of itself. 1 times 1, 1. The 2 will be 2 times 2, 4. The 3 will be 3 times 3, 9. Now I'm going to go the opposite of the 4, which was the 3. 4 times 4 is 16. Now I'm going to do the opposite of the 2, is the 5. 5 times 5, 25. Now I'm going to do the opposite of the 1, is the 6. 6 times 6, 36. So this will be 1, 9, 4, 7, and 9, 7. This is one way to change the cube around. Okay? You notice we have 9, 7, and 1, 7 in the birth with the spirit. And then when I flip over this page and show you what I did before, where were those numbers before? I'm trying to see where the numbers were before. Yes, the numbers came over here. We would look at the numbers over here. The other way to do this is now to multiply it, right? By the opposite of the number it is. We would go 6 times 1 is 6, and 1 times 6 is 6. Now the opposite of 2 was 5, so we'll go 5 times 2 is 10, and 2 times 5 is 10. And then we're going to go to 3 and 4. We're going to go 4 times 3 is 12, and 3 times 4 is 12. And we end up with 6, 6, 1, 1, 3, 3. 613 laws of Moses. You can do it that way. We end up 136. The next way to do this,
okay, is by multiplying every side by 1, but then nothing would change. Then we do every side by 2. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 6 is 12. We have the 2 side. We get 4. And then 2 times 5 is 10. And then we get the 3 side. 2 times 3 is 6. And the 4 side, 2 times 4 is 8. So we end up with 2, 4, 6, 3, 1, 8. Then we can shift to the next level. We'll multiply it by 3. So we'll end up with 3 times 1, 3 times 6 is 18. Then we'll go to the 2 level. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 5 is 15. And then we'll go over to the last one is the 3 level. 3 by 4. Whoop, did I get that right? 3 by 3 is 9. 3 by 4 is 12. We'll end up with 396693. See the way this makes a perfect rotation when we move it to this number over here? 2 opposite sides and then 66. And then we move on to the 4th section. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 by 3 is 12. The opposite of 1 is 6. It'd be 24. Then 4 times 5 is 20. Then 4 times 4 is 16. And then this would be 4, 6, 8, 2, 3, 7. 6 and 4, 10. 8 and 2, 10. 7 and 3, 10. 9 and 3, 12. 1 and 2, 3. 6 and 6, 12. 1 and 2, 3. 6 and 8, 14. 1 and 4 and 1, 5. 3 and 2, 5. 1 and 4 is 5. It'd be 5, 5, 5. Here, it would be 12, 20. Here, it'd be 12, it'd be 3. Here, it'd be 20, it'll be 2. Here, it will be 2. Here, it'll be 24. Did I get that right? 6, 1, 3. When you add them together, 12 becomes 3. 20 becomes 2. 24 becomes 6. This one becomes 6, 2. This one becomes 10, 10, and 10, or 1, 1, and 1. And then you'd have the next one. You'd multiply it by 5. So you go 1 times 5 is 5. And you flip it over, 6. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 by 3 is 15. 5 by 4 is 20. So you go 35, 35, 35, 8, 8, 8. This one here was 1, 1, 1. This one here is 3, 3, 3, 5, 5, 5. This one over here was, did I do this times 6? Did I get that one times 6? No, I did that. That was a reversal. Okay. Then over here, it's going to be times 6. So we're going to get 6 and 36, 12 and 30, 18 and 24. Did I get that right? 6 by 4, 24, 6 by 3, 18, 6 by 5, 30, 6 by 2, 12. Okay, so we have over here, we're going to end up with 6 and 9, 3 and 3. Oh, my cat just sat on my clicker, so I don't know where everybody went to. Okay, and then over here, we're going to have 9 and 6. You see the way we inverted from here and here? When it was a multiple of 3, now we're the multiple of 6. We also have to understand that we have 6 and 3. There's 3 voided areas over here to where we have 3 dots to 6 voided areas, following the understanding of the rules of the face that we were given, the face we were given. So this one equals to 15, this one equals to 6, and this one equals to 15. 36 and 6, 42. 30 and 42, 42. 24 and 18, 42. This will become 6, 6, 6. The invert on 2 cubes is 6 and 8. 4 times 2, 4 plus 2. And all of a sudden, the division between night and day lands over here in the 5th and the 6th element, 5 and 6, 11, 30, 41.
So I'm going to read what's up here. I'm going to come back and go through. Let me just see what's happening where my, just give me a second here. I thought I was on I was looking to see if I was on Rumble or something. I don't know, I can't always, oh yeah, I'm here. It says 2 watching. I've never seen on Rumble anybody watching. Maybe it's just me. If you want to say something, ask me something. If you're here, just give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. At least I'll know you're here, even if you don't say anything. So I can see myself on Rumble, which is really cool. Although I'm running 15 seconds behind on Rumble in my live, that's okay. Okay, Mr. or Mrs. Way Far Out Dot. Let me see what we have here, because I have not said I had, okay, 4774, right? Okay, we know what that is. When 7 and 7 come together, creates 454, and that would be the sun. When we have 7448, that would be the gateway. And the reason I say this is how I manipulate the numbers. We can either use all 4 numbers. I can reduce it, taking the 7, 7, bringing it to 14. 1 and 4 creates a 5. I know 14 will give me the ring on the cube. Then I'll take 5 and 4 from the center, bring it to both the left and the right. Okay, but it's going to be the mirror in the sun. That's the way I see it, to be discussed. Chasing the numbers. What hides in the shadows? Penny, Monopoly. Okay, I'm going to explain to you that Monopoly thing. I'm not finished. Arbitration, right. Things in arbitration. Splitting up. He split the bat with bases loaded. So with bases loaded, 16 balls, you walk home. And what's so funny about the Sweet 16 is that number will bring you the Spirit of 76, Freedom 55, which is the Sky Pass. And through that Sky Pass, it will also give you the numeric value for Bar Mitzvah, equaling to man, equaling to the 28-day cycle running by the moon. And at Bar Mitzvah, you have 169 moons passing, which is one area in the center around, and the rest of it is going to go 168 around. There's 168 hours in the week, and this will create our Monopoly board, with the border of the Monopoly board equaling to 40 and 48 together as 88, representing purple and window. Also, because there's one area in the center representing what is 9 and 16 areas, because in order to create the single cell with 8 cells around it to begin with, the inside heart area, the inside 50 for the darts, okay? The 50 for the darts, and the 25 for the green, the red and the green. 49 and 27 equals to 76. Mars and Earth coming together, or equals to 67 when the 10s and the 1 section are added up to a single digit, or added up to a total and then to a single digit. Understanding which part of the onion ring has been reduced. So when we have 88 and we have purple, from purple we get red and blue, we get Democrat, and we get Republican, we get demolition, and we get a repossession. A red and blue created this, which is 27, and 40 equals to 67. Again, red is for the devil, red is for hot. Hot is 43. The blue is for boy, and that is number 34, and 1 equals to 34. And to create 34, it's 6 times 4, 6 plus 4, star system math, equaling to 24 and 10, which also can be represented as 666. The reason for that is when you create the 24th letter, or the 10 Roman numeral, and Jack, also sometimes they put an X with Jack, is because the 10th, number 10 in Roman numerals is an X, and the 24th letter is also an X, representing 24. 2 plus 4 equals to 6. In Roman numerals, it's a 1. And I can talk about what is 1 pending where you want to talk about. The flip side of 1 is 6, all the same. 43 and 34, 4334, or 343 equals to 777, equals to 343, plus 21 equals to 365 days. Let me go down a little bit with this. Doug, out. RBI. RS, as in runs scored, 18 and 19, 37. Dugout, DO, equals to also a total of 19, which is your 10 and your 9. Your 10 is ABCD with ABC. So that's where you're running at 19. It seems like we have a split world, but we're running with, hold on a second. We're running with ABCD and BCD, or ABCD and ABC. So that would be 10, 9, and 10, 6. Standards and poor. We're running with standards and poor. I'm going to explain that. And don't forget, we have to discuss it, because you run with this main source and then here your birth. And on the other side, it's this main source and your ABC, your rotation, and 33. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. They also look the same as 91 and 61. They're also dividing in the board 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. They're a crisscross connection between 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, which is the direct center of 36 numbers. The first 18 and the last 18, where the 19 is the first one, but the last one in the sections of the cycle, 1, 4, and 7, is 16. 1 and 9 equals to 10 equals to 1. 1 and 6 equals to 7. 17 is that base cycle, 1 and 7. 4 is an in-between area, 2, 4, 6, 8. If I know its individuality when we're looking at 9 here, right? And then we go 1, 4, 7. We see it's an in-between area. It only has 8 on it. The rest of them have 9 areas and 9 areas for 18. There's 8 inside here, but the heavens has the controller in the center, controlling the 8 this way, controlling the 8 this way, controlling the 8 this way. It's controlling 24 cubes. How is that possible? It's controlling the 8 around here, and the 3 here, and the 3 here. So 8, 3, and 3 is 14. What about around here? So let's do it again. It's controlling the 8 here. It's controlling 6 over here, because this one's already counted for, is 14. But what about 15 and 16, 17 and 18? There's 18 and 8 separated to what is the core on here. 18 and 8. This is the control. So the control is on 18, and there's 8, okay, times 2 colors. Sorry, did I get that? Let me see if there's, no, not the 2 colors. There's 8 times 3 colors that are not controlled. So the balance is there. There's 8 times 3 colors. In the one that's under control, they're all 2 colors. There's all 2 colors under control. Only the corners are not in control, but all the other ones are in control, and these corners here, these 2 and these 2. So it's 14 and 4, but there's also the 4 over here. These 4, 2 here and 2 here. These 4 here and here. And these 4. So it's controlling 2, 4, 6, 8. So it's 8. Did I get that right? It's 8 times 2 and 8 times, I'm just trying to see that I got this right. 8 times 2 and 8 times 3. Did I get this right? The center, and the center. Right? These are all the colors. Let me see if I got that right. Let me see if I got that right. The center. No, it's only the 2s. It's 8 and 6. Let me see if I got that right. Let me see if I got that right. No, it's 12 and 6. 12 and 6. 12 times 2, 6 times 1, 8 times 3. Okay, now let me explain it to you. Here's the single ones. The controller controls all the singles, all of them. It also controls every single one of these corners, this complete center here, and the complete around here, around here, around here, around here. The same thing as the 3 signs in NASA. It's the hexagon. 6 controls all 8 corners from this. So let me read out. Right. We also have the mound. Then we have the pitcher, the catcher, right? Is that your PC? Well, you know, here's another thing. When we talk about cat, right? I can't sit here just like this. There's GG33. He has this system, right? Let me show you this system that I think if we all got together, let me see, where's GG? Okay, it's right here. Now I don't know who knows this system, but if I can put my system with this system here, if I can get my system with this system here, can you see this system? 7 cat year. They have the years over here, friend, enemy signs, etc. They don't have the enemy. They have the enemy sign. They have the friend sign. They have this, right? And I need to learn where all this comes from and why. Okay. We're coming into the year 23, 24. We're actually finishing it. It says all these two say wood. This one says fire, right? Then it has all these signs down here, right? I need to get in the baseball stuff inside of here, baseball, hockey, football, to understand more about the numbers. And we all have to take part in everything somebody puts down should show up on here. And it would be like a pedia between all of us. And you can't put in a lie because I'm going to create the program. And everything's going to work out for the equation. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1. How is the computer going to lie? I'm going to say, is it 1 plus 1, 1 times 1? Is it 1 minus 1? Is it 1 divided by 1? We're going to take out the graph paper and understand how the houses work. Just to note, what is this monopoly? And if you take a look, it looks like a building on one side. Doesn't this look like a building over here? Right? Seems like it's dropping down. It's a corner of a building. So there can be a couple of buildings. What is the corner over here? No one ever stays on number 31. 31 is for cube. Maybe Rubik's Cube, hand to God. 105, 10 and 5, je, for I. I divide everything. And so do you have that in Rubik's Cube? It's a whole section. It's not an even division like Mars. It's a whole section. See, Earth is 2, Mars is 1. So I want to understand, is it 1 section of Mars, 2 sections of Earth? Is it the 2 sections of Earth on the outside 18? Or is it 9 and 8, 17, 9 and 8, 17, equating to Mars? Or 9 and 8 equaling to the high birth? 9 and 8, 7, sorry, 9 and 9, 18. Or 9 and 8, 17. And then there's this side, these 2 sides here, 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 these 2 sides here. 6 different sides combinations. So we have to understand all the possibilities. Now I just lost myself. The 7th inning stretch when Angels come to town with 39 outs, equaling to Angel, equaling to 10. Where do the Angels come from? They come from Jesus. They come from the cross. They come from 13. And I have to recreate what is 7, right? Inside 47. Inside where is 39? 1 times 3, 1 plus 3. Equals 1 and 2 equals to 3. 3 to the power of 2 equals to 9. 1 and 8, 9, 2 and 7, 9, 3 and 6, 9, 4 and 5, 9. In fact, the cube is exactly that. 4 and 5, 9. 2 and 7, 9. So you're going to see 7 empty spaces and 4 empty spaces. So you're going to say Jesus when you look at 52. E and B coming together in the hexagon world. Or we have the 1 queen B. Père Chauvert. The 26th inning will give us the 26th inning. That's very interesting. So if we go to the 26th inning, right, we're going to have 17 and 9 because we needed the 9 innings to get there. Okay, what will happen if you add magnesium 12 to sodium 22? 22 is for ape. 12 is 12. Where is actually 12 created? The first time 1 and 2 are created, it's created from 11. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 will create 1 and 2. Will we create 1 and 2 anywhere else other than, I'm just trying to think where we create a 3, other than 3 times 9, 3 plus 9. And that is your creation and your birth through the world of through the world of BCD ABC, right? BCD ACB. Right, we can have 0, 0, 1. Now, it was also taught to me that the 00 is for the female, so the female goes up to 99, and then the male takes over when it becomes one whole. The female only comes in part. Do we look at it that way? I don't care if you put the male on the left or the female on the right. Doesn't matter to me. It just doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. But if we can figure out why the 0.0, what does it mean, the remainder? What does it mean? Because it's always working and it's something we never know. It's something we never know, like our creation. When you divide 0, when you divide something in half, it automatically becomes 0.5. It automatically becomes what half is. Half is number 12. Half is also known as number 6 if you're looking at a ruler of 12 inches. It's also number 15 if you look at it in centimeters. One QB, 1 queen B, 1 QB. So the quarterback. Do you know what? I think I remember that game. April 18th, 1981. I got up at 6 or 6:15 in the morning. And I know exactly where I was on that day, if I remember correctly, because it's the first week when I started working on the pig farm. So I know that. After a rain delay of 30 minutes due to problems with the stadium lights, when an estimated 1740 in attendance, it continued throughout the night and into Easter morning. Passover. 55 pass. $23, $45, $55, $60. Wow. Over equals to 60. 37 and 23. 15 and 45. I like to separate also my letters. You can separate odds and evens, but I don't. I don't. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give the red and I'm going to give you the black. 1 red, 2 black, 3 red, 4 black, 5 red, 6 black, 7 red, 8 black, 9 red, 10 black. That's right. 10 is black. 1 plus 0 is 1. It is black. 11 is black. 12 is red. 13 is black. 14 is red. 15 is black. 16 is red. 17 is black. 18 is red. 19 is black. 19 is red. 18 is red. 19 is red. 20 is black. 21 is red. 22 is black. 23 is red. 24 is black. 25 is red. 26 is black. 27 is red. 28 is black. 29 is black. 30 is red. 31 is black. 32 is red. 33 is black. 34 is red. 35 is black. 36 is red. That is the setup on Monopoly, in roulette, and that's the way I run it. But first I want to show you, before I continue on, is why Monopoly there are 8, 2, and 8. You notice we can cross this off and it can start to look like a square house. Everybody feeding off of this area over here, right? Maybe it's a long, long tunnel all the way down. This is actually the Monopoly board. So we're going to get over here 8, 2, 8. So if you do this all the way around, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got 8 by 8 equaling to 64. And then you have 4 by 2. 4 by 2 equaling to 8. Did I get that right? And now you have the corners. All the corners are equals to 4. It's 4 by 4 corners equals to 16. The total is 88. The inside over here is going to be 80. And then you're going to get 1 that services all. And it services to the positions of the trains. It services to the position of the trains. Go to jail, you're staying in jail, here's your free parking. This property over here, you need to roll 41 to ever achieve this property over here. I think that's the Mediterranean. You can achieve Baltic on 3, 1 times 1, 1 plus 1. Now you cannot get 2 because it's a doubles, so you will never stand on 2. The minimum you will ever get to start Monopoly with 2 dice, minimum is 3. 1 and 2 is 3. If you do get a doubles 1 and 1, and you do get a doubles 1 and 1, the minimum you will move is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. Otherwise, you go to jail. And the minimum to go to jail with the minimum doubles is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And Rubik's Cube is the voided of 11, 11, 11, and 7, 7, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 4, 6. Spirit of 76, Earth and Mars. This is your Monopoly setup. 168 around 1. 88 will bring you into the 7th gate. Pegasus, purple, DC. This is what happens in these areas. I create a 1 area, and then I have each of these individual areas, and then we have the encompass of the center area, or the encompass of the center area. Now, we question, can we encompass, or should we be encompassing
these other areas. And when we do, it's going to tell us a story on how many areas we've taken out of the game. And inside of here, we'll now have 1 and 8, 1 and 8, 1 and 8, 1 and 8. This one will be 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. What will this one be? 1 surrounded by 8. And then it'll be 1, right, surrounded by all the rest. Or should we go the next row, which is going to be, is it going to be 16? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11. It's going to be 16. 1 and 8, and then it's going to be 1 and 16. And then it's going to be 1 and 24. And then it's going to be 1 and 32. Then it's going to be 1 and 40 and 1 and 48 to each one of the rings. 8, you notice here what it looks like? Isn't this the way phi works? 8, 6, 4, 2, 0, 8. 14, 18, 28. 28. 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16. Do I get that right? Did I get this right? All right, this is 1. Sorry, let me do this properly. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 14. Carry the 2 is 16. And we end up with 68 centered to 1. 168. 1 through 168, the total amount for this Monopoly game over here. I have to think of what I'm going to do next. You have to give me a minute now that I went through that. We played a little bit of baseball. Did we do hockey yet? The 7th inning stretch, again, 6.5 is that center to the 7th inning stretch. Okay, so I just started looking at that. I'm quite sure you've seen Gigi, right? Or you've seen how to decode this, right? Who is that? Decode Your Reality, right? And I'm not fluent in that. I only can go and look. 184. What I can do is there's many ways to look at 184. I can look at it as 18, and then the 4 will tell me it's the mirror world. Or I can look at there's only 1, which is telling me the pole. It's talking about Pluto. Okay. I also know that 84 is 7 times 12 plus 2. So it's telling me about a gateway, but that gateway is in the beta house because it's a 2, right? I can have 92, it's yellow. When I have 29, it's telling me about numbers. When I have, it's funny, it's when I have 92, it's telling me 2 times 9 to plus 9. So it's now going to tell me about the R and the K. The R is going to be reflective to the I, which is 9. The K will be reflective to the P. Okay, and that's going to be telling me 16 and 19, which we just went over where these numbers are relevant. 16 in the extension of calculation. Let me see if I can get this light out of the way 1 second. I think there's too much light or something here. So somehow I got too much light. Let me douse this light. I wish I can change the background. Let me see if I can change the background of this home. I need to change the background. The members, home, library, my account. Team settings, account settings.
No, I just can't figure out how to, because my background is very big. Maybe if I made the screen extremely big here. Hold on a second, and that would take away. 1 second. No, it's not letting me make the screen bigger over here. Ballet dancing. Okay, so it ends in ET. It's looking like a ball. So the ball is 27, telling me about the house. You have ET inside of it. So you're talking about Earth. It has tel backwards. So tel inside of tel, or le, meaning the, or 17 and 20 coming together, equaling to 37. So you have 25 and 27 coming together, equaling to 52 Earth and 43 DC, the Earth DC. It's a dance. It's a dance between the beta, alpha, beta, 1 and 2 coming together as creation in both 33. Because B and A equals to 3, you put those together, and both L's are both 1 and 2, 3. So you have like 3, 3, 3 coming together. So 25 and 27 is 52. 2 and 5, 7. 2 and 7, 9. When 7 and 9 come together. Okay, yeah, and I can move them all around, and this is all to be discussed. I can take the first. I can do BALLET. So give me a second. I can round it out. Let me go here. So when we have ET, right, you can have tel, you can have ball, you can have all, you can have alley. You can just keep switching the words, but I don't want to switch the words. I want to go with B and A equals to 3 base. Okay, it's a 3 base, and 51 because it's Z and Y coming together. So you're looking at Mars creation. I like to go Mars create. So they say, what is 3? Is it talkative? Is that what they say? We talk, communicate. Is that what they say? Communicate. So we're communicating between 2, 3, and 4. Your center. 1, 3, 5. ACE. You can also use the word sun. 1, 3, 5. 1, 3, 5. Those are your 3 communications with your cube. Your 1, your 5, whoop, and your 3 coming together. So you have ball is 27, and you have ET, which is 25. It's also for the word jack. We start off with the J and the E. I like to say it's 10 and 5. They say this is the hand of God. It's 6. It's part of Mars. But when there's 51, it's directly to Mars. When it's 15, and I compare it, okay, when I compare it to the reverse, it's also 15 is 1/4 of what is ABC equals to 60 for time, which is 47. What's missing in 47 is 13 for the 60. What's also missing for the 60, okay, is 23. Or in reality, 22,999. Because this one, I cannot make this one whole unless I go minus. Okay, I go plus here and minus here is the only way to do it. So I would go over here in order to bring this to 6. I would go plus 2, and here I go minus 7. This is the house of bait. Why? Because if I go plus and I add 3 to this, 3 and 7 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. I end up to creating not. I end up to create what? I end up to create 51. I'm back to creating Mars through man's 13, the bar mitzvah, altered current. So now if you want ballet, it's number 52. So what is ballet about? Now there's names in ballet, different styles of ballet. That will tell us something different. It'll also tell me a little bit about having many balls in ET. More than one ball, more than one
ballet. It's a singular competition, usually. Is it a singular competition ballet? No, it's not. It can be done in groups. Remember, there's a team, and then there's single, like a single person. There's 3 outs, there's 9 balls, 9 strikes, there's 16 balls, and there's just 16 balls with 0 strikes. When this scenario happens, you get 1 RBI. Unless you get a GS, which is a grand slam, you end up with 4. Here it's a sweet 16. Here you're out. And there's also the on deck circle. So we have to the ODC, the on deck circle, 6-4-3, if we want to keep it that way. We talked about hockey. Hockey is like this because we have 3 periods. I don't want to use the S because that's combinating everything together. I just want to say period. And we know that the period or cycle is 28. But it takes 3 cycles to complete a full cycle. Why? Because every cycle is 21. 21 and 21 and 21 equals to 63. We only need 1 more cycle at 21 to equal to 84 to be 3 by 28 equaling to 84 cycle. That's when this cube becomes to the 4th cube and it becomes even. It takes 4 times 21 to create this scenario. 84, the numeric value for Pluto. So what happens in this cycle? Well, in the cycle coming up, and it has to happen 3 times, 2 times 8, 16. 2 plus 8, 10. 10 and 16 equals to 26. Ball. 2 times 6, 12. 2 plus 6, 8. 3 times. We ended up at 20. 20 times 3, 60 seconds on the clock, 60 minutes in the hour, 84 days for 3 moons. At the same time, the Q gate shows up into the individual area. This is going to continue to repeat within itself. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 will equal to 56. 7 and 8. 7 times 8, 7 plus 8 is 56 and 15. So it's going to keep on rotating through 1 and 7. Let's see what else I have up in questions right now. Wow, 3 hours, 50 minutes. Really? That's crazy. Wow, that's very cool. Did I miss anything here? So where was I with this? In hockey, we just like here. In hockey, there are 6 people on the ice. 1 is a goaltender, and then 5 are up front, where we have what they call as 2 defense
and 3 offense on both teams. So we have 6, 4, and 2. 2 goaltenders, 4 on the defense, and we have 3 on the offense. We have the 2-minute penalty. We have one side of the ice, the other side of the ice, 2 sides of the ice. In the baseball game, you're in the dugout or you take the entire field. Now, in the entire field, it's all directed in one area. In hockey, you're going this way, the other team is going this way. In baseball, it's all going out that way. You're throwing the ball home. In football, you're confronting each other with opposite zones. In baseball, it's all towards the same zone. So that also has to be taken into account for an understanding. I have to put a hypothesis, or I have to figure out what's going on in that element. Just give me a second. I need just something to drink again. What I'm drinking is not very good. What does it do? What is number 7? What does number 7 mean? Did number 7 show up as the first letter for your name? Is number 7 your name total for your first name, for your middle name, for your last name? Were you born on the 7th? Were you born on the year of 19 something or 2000 and something, totaling to a 7? Was it the year, the month, or the day? Are you the 7th zodiac sign going forward, or the 7th zodiac sign going backwards? Is your total number 7? Were you the 7th born in the family? How many people are in your family less 7? How many people born in your family less any of the other numbers? What is that difference? You come into the 7th inning stretch where there's 39 outs, but after 7 innings of play, there's 42 outs. After 7 minutes of the first period, there's 13 minutes left in the period. There's 53 minutes left in the game. Where is number 7 apparent? Is it 7 alone? Is it 4 and 3, 7, 2 and 5, 7, 1 and 6, 7? Is it 1, 2 and 4, 7, 1, 3 and 3, 7, 3, 1, 3, 7, 31, 13? So where's the number come from? So all these need to be put into the program for an expansion of who you are, because it's only the average, okay, and understanding everything that'll explain how we are so correct in the past of everything that's been done to see where we are going to go into the future. Your life plan changes by choice, and I don't want to change anybody's mind by what I put out here, or do I? The only thing I want to change is people's perspectives on understanding where truth can possibly be if we understand the truth from the games that are living, if it's already happened, if it's already told the truth of the past reality. 1331, Allah, Akka, Mecca, Makkah. 17th inning. That is 51 outs. 51 outs per team, 102. JB, Mars, Valentine is 102. Was it Robin, son? Was Robin, bin, Robin, Robine, Robin, robot, son, the robot son, robot, but, BU 221, robot, or rho equaling to gold, equaling to 33, equaling to the division of creation of the yin and the yang. Low cuts, low costs, STS, first and last, having the ST, right? First and last for ST. S&T equals to 39. And what S&T is, right, is that 19. Your 19, and where does your 19 and your 20 show up, right? Your 19 and your 20, where does it show up? 57 and 60. 16, 17, 18, 51. 16, 17, 18, 50, 16, 17, 18, 51, 17, 18, 19, 54, 18, 19, 20, 57, 19, 20, 21, 60. That's the center core of 36 numbers, 360 degrees, talking inside the round, understanding where that round is off of 36. Remember, we were told that 360 degrees, we were told this 360 degrees. We were told or taught about the ruler and the 12 inches, the 30 centimeters. We were told or taught about the yardstick. Were we told what a gallon was? Or did I start to understand the gallon was 4.6x liters, to where the imperial gallon was what is 3 points. The imperial gallon is 4.6 liters, to where the American US gallon is 3.7 liters. We were taught these are actualities, things we can all agree on. If we can balance things in the past to see what is, to go into the future to know what will be, because of the exactitude all being measured, just like the clock. Unlike me telling you that time is number 47, because in gematria, time is 7-5 right away. 7 and 5 is bar mitzvah, bat mitzvah, and we're into the electric moon. M, if I can remember, is 4, or that's in Chaldean. So M is number 1. Sorry. So we now have 7, 5, and 1, and 5. 7, 1, 5. 7, 5, 1, 5. 7, 5, 12. It's 18. So time would be 18. In gematria and Chaldean, time would be 4. I'm not up to date with my Chaldean. Let me see if I can find Chaldean in here. Yeah, so Chaldean in time would be, write this out for me, please. In Chaldean, time would be T4, I1, M4, E5. So it'd be 4, 1, 4, 5. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4. So the IT system runs into M and E. M and E is 13 and 5, okay? Matter and energy, Mars and Earth, Mercury and Earth. Monday, 11, words that work with these elements. Okay. Now, can you write this in capitals? We're going to do this. Time, T, oh, did I get that right? T7, T7, I, 5M, 1E5. So we're going to get that right here, right? So we got 7515, right? Eliminate the two fives. So we're just going to do 7, 1. We're going to just do 7 and 1. So we have our gateway in 55. I don't need to use two numbers the same. I just want to do see what the primary. So we have the IT system. We all know where the IT system comes from in numbers, right? On the back of the ruler, they're sharing with us as well. Just 1 second. I need a little bit of light. They're sharing with us in the back of the ruler inches to millimeters, and 1 inch equals 254 milliliters, millimeters. So the minimum in millimeters for creation, the base is between 76.2 and 101.6. And 12 would equal to 304.8. Then we have 132. Then we have 1732. I'm just trying to see where I can find 1764s, 6364s. Just trying to understand a little bit of what's going on. And then we have the hash marks that are on the ruler to understand those also. And to also perhaps learn that number 6 is also, look, number 6. Number 7 is between 8 and 9. Number 8 is at 2 between 1 and 3. 8, 3, 4. So 3 and 4 is between 8 and 9. Do you understand what's going on with this ruler, what they're telling? This is a dictation. This is a skeleton of what is short or what is more. Where should we start to understand? Should we go to 4 and stop? Should we see the way I said 4 is 10, A, B, C, D is 10, right? But not when you get to E. Anyways, that's up for discussion. You know what's funny about that is that 8 and 1, actually 8, when you say 8 with 0 or 8 with 1, it's actually telling you whether or not you're with or without a center. It's 1 or it's 0, with or without the center. Just like, am I these 4 without a center, or am I this 8 with the 1 center? What's that question? Or is it talking about the center of this? Because when you have 4, if I only have a 2 by 2 here, right? If I only have 4 pieces, 2, 4, 6, 8, I don't have a center that turns. There's no center that turns. If you're 8, there's no center that turns. The minute I add on 1 more and create this square, I now have a center between the 2 sides. See, I can turn this one. I can turn this one and this one and this one all separately at the same time. Otherwise, if I turn this one, there's no way to turn any other ones. They're all locked. So am I locking 66? Because now I can't do this. I can't do this. But I can do this on top or this on the bottom. Freewheeling. The other thing about that is in baseball is that the 16 and a 9 is PI. It's a 44 and it's a 33. 4 times 4, 4 plus 4, 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. The division of the house, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is what's going to create those numbers. The division between night and day. In order to do this, you're going to use 22 or you're going to use 48 or 84 to recreate that number. Q and R, 17 and 16 can create that. Now, in an earlier video, somebody mentioned how we can get to 192.
Well, we can get to it. 91 and 91 equals to 182. So I need to go higher than that. Why did I stop at 91? 1 through 13 equals to 91. So in one suit of cards, all I can get is 91. So I'm going to have to go with 3 suits. Okay? So I'm going to have I'm going to have 182, and I'm trying to see where I am. 100 and, hold on a second. 100, no, just give me a second. I marked that wrong. I am going to have 192 equal to 183 plus, no, I don't want to put the plus. Just trying to 91 and 91, 182. 182 plus 10. So that'll be 91 minus 10 equals to 81. So I'm going to have 81 left over looking for that number if I work this way. If I work in a long sense, I'm going to have 1 and 191 equals to 192. I can work it also this way, is that I'm going to need 99 and 93 equals to 192. So how else can I get it closer together? The closest together I can get is 96 and 96. So it actually becomes perfect. But if I want to chop this up into 3 areas, right? Into 3 areas, I'd go 64 and 64 and 64 equals to 192. Now, how would I get to 64? It would be 1 and 63 equals to 64. But if I wanted to start with my maximum birth number, it'd be 9 and 55 equals to equals to 64. So what I'm trying to show you is there's different areas of numbers where you could and you can't get there for the mathematical reason of what are we using as a backbone base. Right here, I'm using nothing for a base other than the numbers itself. Also, I want to use 2, 3, and 4 for that base. So my 2, okay, is going to be 2 times 96. My 3 is going to be 3 times 64. And my 4 is going to be 4 times 48 to get that number over there. That's my bottom base. My high side to this is going to be 8, 7, and 6 because that's your base formation of the numbers. There is no 1, 5, or 9. A, E, and I are not in this group. 10, 10, 10. I'm just trying to think at 4 times. I'm trying to see where the numbers are. Right. So we can pick another number. Let's pick 137. So 137 would be 1 and 136, 2 and 135, 3 and 134, 4 and 133. I'm going to stop here for our 4 levels. Once we get to 10, now what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 times 68. 2 times 68 plus 1. Then we're going to go 3 times 44 plus 1. 120. No, did I get that right? 3 times 45. Sorry. 3 times 45 plus 2. Then I'm going to go to 4 times 34 plus 1. 120, 130. Right. So we're going to get 251, 392, 471 from these numbers. That's how I get there. Then there's going to be the opposite side. This is our base formation. I don't have to do the 1 because the 1 shows up with the numbers of itself. Inside of this, the Mayan calendar and cycle runs at 13 and 7. 1 and 3 is 4. We now have 4 and 7. We're running time and time. Time angels. 28, 39, 28. 888, 444, 222, 12, 13, 14, 14, 14, 555, 14, 14, 14. The next one we're going to add up is 592, 296, and 776. 6 and 6 is 12 and 2 is 14. 9 and 9 is 18 and 7 is 25. 5 and 2 is 7 and 7 is 14. 5, 7, 5 over 14, 14, 14, right? So now I'm going to drop this 14, 25, 14, 28, 39, 28. 2 and 8 is 1, 3 and 9 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3, 2 and 8 is 1. 13, 31. This is running the cycle inside the electric moon. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 is 3 and 4. 3 times 4, 3 plus 4 will create 12 and 7, 19. 19 is your 1/3 the moon. 3 times 19 equals to 57. 31, 13, 31, 13, 31, 13 equals 57, 75. This entire cube. This 4, drill the holes. I'll only create 5. This 6, drill the hole. With this 1, I'll create 7 and 7. Drill the holes and drill the holes. Every side is 5 except for the 6 and 1. Egypt, egg, Egypt. This will create this electric. The same time, when you have the 2 together, the 7, the minimum to each side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you add 2 over to 6, it equals to 20. 1 over to 5, it equals to 15. If we add 2015, or the letters OT, perhaps overtime, would equal to the year 5775. 75 times 75, or 75 times 13 equals 75075. That's the moons, the number of moons there were. If I went ahead and showed you that in roulette, they would have orphelin. Just look up orphans. 17, 34, and 6, 57. 21, 35. Just 1 second. You have 75 here, 66 and 9. Here you have 51 and 6. 6 and 9, the last 2 numbers, 1 in black, 1 in red, in rotation. The game we run. 6 ends here. 6 is over here. 6, 6. Where's the other 6? 6. Can I copy that? Take a screenshot? Just give me 1 second. I want to take a screenshot. I want to see if how I can connect these. Let's see if they connect. Let me copy this. Just 1 second. Just 1 second. I'm looking for something. Yeah, here's that piece you were looking at over there. Just 1 second. Just 1 second. Okay, I want to do this. Let me. Okay, we got that. Okay. Wow. Just 1 second. I got something's going on here. I'm not sure what it is. I gotta. Okay, right. Okay. Right. No, I want to take you somewhere else. Just 1 second. I want to take this off. I want to take this off. Did anybody say anything yet? And what we're going to do here, I don't know if it's going to mean anything, but I want to see what happens. Whoop. I want to connect 15. Well, I don't know why it didn't work. This is not working exactly. I have to do everything twice. I want to connect 6, 6. I want to connect 6, 6, and here's my 6, 6, and 6, right? And is there any other 6s? Now I want to connect my 8. So what would I have to do to connect my 8? I'm going to connect, here's an 8. Here's an 8. And here's an 8. Here's my 8. And I'm not sure if that creates the complete. If you look at the Star of David, right, you can see the Star of David all tilted to one side. So that's your 6 and 8. Now the thing is, let me see something. Let me just go to here. So that's my 6, right? Now what if I went to something else? What if I connected 7, 1, and is there a 4 on this side over here? There's a 4. 7, 1, and 4. Okay, can I do a thicker line? And maybe I'll do it in black. Can I do it in black? There's 7, 1, and 4. Now I need to connect a 3, 6, 9. So where should I get my 3? Here's a 3. Here's a 6. And here's a 9. I'm not sure if that does anything. You notice that's a 3, 6, 9, or here's a 3. Here's a 6. Now, where's my other 9? Here's 1, 9. Is there an 18 over here? Here's an 18. So I would create this one here. So I'm just looking for 3, 6, and 9. Oh, I want to put that one back. Or it might work out, not this board over here. See this board over here? You can see the way, so let me take this off my screen here. You can see the way 70 is here, 70 is here. 41 is here, 29 and 12, 30 and 11 is here. You can see 39 is over here. And 39, let me see where it is. 23 and 4. 39 is over here. But these are together. 74 is here. 74 is here. 20, 50, 60. That's 73. I'm just trying to see where the 74 is. 60, 74 over here. One below, one above. So who calculated this when they created the roulette board? Was it always like this? This is the single zero roulette. We're not talking about the double zero roulette that I just put up on the board before. So I'm going to drop that. Oh, yes, there's another thing I wanted to show out here. Is this entire map is 19 and 18, 37, 31 and 6, 37, 18 and 21, 39, 21 and 16, 37, 33 and 4, 37, 16 and 20 and 23, 39, 4 and 35, 39, 23 and 14. So it's all 37, 39. The center of the board is 35, 37, and 39 on this board. The center where you're crisscrossing over (16, 19, 18, 21, 14, 23, 17, and 20. So this is 37, this is 37, this is 37, this is 37. But these two is 35, these two is 39, and these two are 37. So if you want to multiply it by 3, you'll get 96. This one, you'll get 93. And this one, you'll get, no, hold on a second. This is 3, I'm just trying to, 3 times 31, this one you get 99. Because I'm multiplying it by 3. If I multiply it by 4, I end up with 32. If I multiply this one by 4, I end up with 31. And if I multiply this one by 4, I end up with 39. Why? 4 times 3 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 4 by 5 is 20. 2 plus 0 is 2. So everything is this. We have to remember everything is this. The division in the house we live is right here. From the house we came from, it's over here. It's AD and BC. AD is the extremities to the inside house we live, or the inside house we're partaking in and living into the outside house. 4 and 1, or 65 and 24. 6 and 2. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, 8 and 6 equals to 14. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 plus 5, 11 equals to 41, or 1441. 181, 171, 115, 161, 161, 171, and 181. Multiplication and addition. And then we have to turn them inside out. This would be 434. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2. 2 and 1 equals to 3. We reduce it to this. When we have 1 and 1, we reduce it to this. When we have 2 and 2, we'll reduce it to this. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2. Here, it'll be 4, 1, 4. At the same time, 3 times 1, 3 plus 1. 1 times 1, 1 and 4, 2, 4 to a single digit. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals to these two here. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2, whoop, will equal to that. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 will either be 4, 4, 4 or 4, 4, 4. This area over here in the center. So this equals to 3, to 3, to 2. The same time, this has to be done to the left, equaling to 44. This has to be done to the right, 44. The total is 88. This one is 19 and 19, 38. 7 and 1 are Q, separate the gate. You multiply it and you add, you multiply it and you add, you create the single digit. Then what you do is you do all 3 of them together, what the maximum was going to be. So this one is going to be 16 times 3 is 48. 48 plus 11, 8, 4, 8, and 11, 59. This one was going to be 88. 8 by 4 is 32. 32 by 4 is 1. What is that? 4 by 32, 128. Is that what it is? 12, then 14, 142. Is that what it is? I'm just trying to remember. I'm getting a little tired here. Egypt, 57772. So in between the bookends of 5 and 2 is 77, part of Earth. I think we live in the Mars system. We're supposed to be under the Mars vibration, but we're not. We're under a division. The division we are, instead of 432, we're 440. A division between day and night. We were born into day. It is the day of man. Man walks on the moon. What is that? 1969 in rotation. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. Let me look that up. Or is it 1967? What year did man walk on the moon?
Man walked on the moon 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 in 1969. Man walked on the moon, okay, at 2:56 a.m., 5, 6, and 2. The Queen, the Earth, 5 and 6, 11, 2 on the beta Earth, 777, the 21th day of the 7th month, exactly on the cube. It walked on the moon. The 21 is the whole cube. 7 and 14, 21, both the pole and the ring into 33, locking up the sun with the moon. It doesn't matter. And then it says Apollo 11. Could have said anything else. It said lunar. It also means annul, means to cancel. Roz, 19, Lunar. It also means anal. Anunnaki. It means an extension, rallonge. 33 and 15, 48 and 19, 67. It is also a complete red number. The short count is 21. So everything is exactly lined up in the numbers itself. Lunar equaling to numeric value for 3. The moon is now talking. Communication. What is number 3 for? Because that's lunar. Apollo. Apollo 11. 11 is number 63. So now number 63 is connection between inside the house of 8. Jupiter. Reason why 11 is also known as canine. Why canine? Because the word 11 is the 11th letter K, and 11 is number 63, which is the I-9. It becomes canine. Apollo, July, the numeric value for July is 31, 41, 42, 43, 53, 60, is 68. They're talking about the house. They're talking about the divided gate, 6 and 8. In 6 and 8, when you roll them on a dice cube, it pays off. You lay 6 coins down and you get back 7 coins. You're getting back an extra coin plus the coins that you put down. It happened on the 21st. Blackjack. Big Slick, the 14th and the 13th card come in. Sorry, it's the 14th and 13th card, or the 3rd and the 12th card, or the 1st and the 13th card, depending on which way you want to look at the ace, depending on the game you play. 20 is 107. 1 is number 34. It equals to 141. In extension, I always looked at 1 for 1 is you have 4 elements here with 1 post in the center. You connect 1 pole to 4 poles, or you have 4 poles connected to 1 pole. The 1 for 1 exchange, the 1440 minutes in a day. Let me go back over some stuff. Jupiter number 99. I was writing some of the elements down. CO, I think, was number 27. Did I mark the first 36? I wasn't sure if I stopped. So we have a, oh, that's 1 and 12 equals to 13. Are these the elements? H, HE. It's funny the way Mars brings you into 14, AL brings you to 13. This divides the sun. But there are 100. So should they be in pockets, or should I shift everything? Should I take H and E and put it the center and go this way with the numbers and this way with the numbers? Should I start off from the center in numbers? Let's say there's 132 elements. I'll start up at number 60. Should I do it this way, or should I put the H and E into the 60th position like helium, etc., and split out this way? I don't know which equation to use. sometimes I get a little tired because I need to speak to others what they think. So here, okay, just 1 second. I just want to make this a little bit smaller. And I want to bring this in, the Star of David, right? Now, I'm trying to see which way we should look at this. I'm not sure if I should look at it this way. Which way should I look at this? Is there I just want to see. So here, is that one house this way? What is the pie? See the way the pyramid's on the bottom? Is it another house this way with the cat? See the cat's, what's it called, collar? And you notice the angle bow tie, right? Angle bow tie. Should it be this way? Which way should we be looking at this star? I'm just trying to see if I should. Which way should I look at that star? What happens if I looked at it this way? So let me take a look at the next one. I just want to see where I am right here. What about if we went over to the baseball field? Wow, okay. What happens if I went over to the baseball field? Right, we put all the baseball fields together. See the way I can create the two hearts inside of this? Right, leaving out part of the field. I have to see which way I should be creating this. I think we did the zodiac sign. I'm not sure if I did this yet. Let me take a look. No, this one's not showing up. Let me see if this one will show up. So we also have this one over here. Hold on a second. Okay, no, this is where the bowling pins come in, right? See the bowling pins? In order to create this, I need 20 pins. At the same time, I can also be asking myself a question, right? Should it be 20 pins or should I, 1 second. Something's not working. Okay, I'm going to have to delete a few things because I'm a little frozen here. Okay, so yeah, what it does is I was taking these pins. See the way there's 20? And now I reduce it. So there's no more 20. So now it's 1, 2, 3, and then 4 for both of them. 3, 4, 3. Here's my 10 in this area over here. So I have 10, right? I have 4 and 3, 7, and 3 is 10, and I don't count these 3 or these 3. So I have now my sweet 16. I don't count 3 and 3, but I count the 10, so it becomes 3, 1, 3 when I chop it up this way. Is it done that way? I don't know. I don't like what's in here. Okay, so there's the other way to look at that. I'm just going to get rid of this one. I don't need it. Don't save. Here, it's what happens between dividing an area space and understanding the dot that is the division of the area space, the dot and the lines, trying to understand these dot and lines. Let me get rid of that one too. Here's back to the baseball one. I think I saved this. Let me see. I'm going to save it again. I'm going to save that one. I'm going to get rid of that one. We did that one. I didn't save it, so I'm going to call this one star. 1 second. I want to get rid of some of this stuff. Save. David star. I'm going to save that one. I'm going to just get rid of that. Oh, I could have kept it for, I want to get rid of this one. I'm not going to get rid of that one. I'm going to get over to, I want to talk about this one over here. Hold on a second. Then there's this one over here, right? See if I can create this a little bit bigger. Then we have this one over here. See the way they have the heart over here? Possibly that I might be able to create one on top of another, right? You take this one here and you copy. I don't know if this is going to work. And you flip it. And then this would be one on top of the other. But that's not the way I wanted to do it. So I'm not going to do it that way. So here's your Star of David. If you rotate it to the right, you can see that the Star of David's inside of here. You can see the Star of David. Here's the triangle upper, and here's the lower triangle. That's how this design is made. And then there's this one over here. Here's the one I think I've already shown you. I'm not sure if I finished it. Now, what happens if I took this and I close this, right? I put this together. I would extend this board to 6 areas. I know I overdid it. I made more than I should have, or maybe I didn't, right? Because this is a 3, 6, 9, 12 area, but it shows me in roulette that it works by sections of 12, right? But anyways, and inside of here, you can see there's other dimensions, and this is splitting it. It's like a mirror, so it's sending out a different signal to the other side, right? Then there's this one over here that I did, that one over there, and so forth. This is also something I started looking at, but I think we can add stuff to this. We can add more of a dimension to it. Then there was the spade, trying to understand a little bit more of the minimum size. Is this the minimum size to create this? Let me see if that was the minimum size. I think I could have created, not yet, it's the minimum size. It's minimum size because this part over here, right, was split over here. And this is what I need. I couldn't put it up here, and I could have put down here, so this is the minimum size. This one is the heart. You can see the way I have one heart, all the hearts together. This is the area of space it shows. Here I showed you the stand on the spade. Now I can move these two together, leaving this one apart. This is when they're all apart. But I move these two closer together, connecting, or I bring these two closer together. One will be the H, the other can be the I. If I bring these to overlap, it'll create a different design. And here's the diamond suit, creating that. I was thinking if I took out the 4th area, can I create the spade inside the 3 areas, calling it the club? So it's questionable right now, that design. We did 10 ABCD, where we have 10 ABCD, multiply it and add it, 34, multiply and add it, 33, 67, 6 and 7. When you multiply and add, and you multiply it and add, and you continue, we're not going to go into there. So here, by both of them, we get 19. This is what's going to connect into the moon. This is where your 1st and 2nd go. They will repeat. 10 and 9 will repeat, which means 1 and 9 repeats. And anytime you get 19, it's always with A, B, C, D. They do the same thing in Hebrew with counting. They do Aleph, Beit, Aleph, Gimel, Aleph, Dalet, Aleph, Hey. But then they go Tet, Zayin, Tet, Vav, which means that's the way they say certain numbers in Hebrew. When they come to 16 and 15, they say it differently. They'll say it with 9-6 and 9-7. They won't say it the same. Noted that number 9 and number 7 have 4 letters on each, on the 7 key and the 9 key, but they were switched on the ATM. The Q was taken off the 7 and put onto the 1 of the ATM, and the Z was removed from the 9 of the telephone and moved to the 1 of the ATM. Z 2 and 6 8, Q 1 and 7 8, 26 and 17 43, the House of DC. When they removed it, 70 was on number 7, as in PQRS equals to 70, and WXYZ equals to 98. It became 72, the House of Bait inside of 9I, and then it became number 5 and 3, any craps, C and E, inside the 7th gate. It became 8 and 8, 1 and 6, or control of 7 inside the 1 key on your ATM. Anyways, I'm tired right now to go on. Maybe I'll come back a little bit later. I do not know. Thank you for being here. I'm going to give you my email. If you can help out the channel, that'd be just fantastic. Hard to live on bread and water, and why is it not working? If you need to send me an email, or you want to send me something to my PayPal, that would be just fantastic. Don't worry if you can't. What else we can do is we can share the videos. We can share the information. If we can create a system to add what I add into the numerological world for a better understanding. Also, the 7 months, the 4 months, and the 1 month that work together. I believe that if anybody steals my work and call it their own, I believe we work in a world where there's big time karma that comes around when needed in time, because everything we think is actually sent out, because every time we breathe, it's inside our thoughts. And that's where the animal kingdom come in. And that's why some of the animals sleep so much, because they know all about the prejudices. Actually, I don't want to say it that way, but they're not only in this world. They don't see this world. If we see them suffering, we're the ones who are suffering for them as they suffer. Even though they're hurting, it's for us to see. We're the conscious ones. We see it. It's on purpose that it happens to them. They hurt. They didn't have to be made that way in order for us to understand, to gain heart, and to help those who are hurting. Because we don't understand, we seem to make judgment and make choices. For the same thing that's going on in the world, how do we know when to make a choice, when to take a stance? How do we know what a person is in this world if we don't know where we come from? How can you make judgment from something that doesn't exist before the seed is planted, before a conscience is actually awoken? Because the human, even once born, the child has no idea what's going on. Until that child gets control of the head, the body knows what's going on. But the child itself does not know on. It's mind, body, soul, and spirit. Even though they have not fully developed, when you come into this world as a machine, are you the machine before old Mother Hubbard put something in the cupboard? Otherwise, the cupboard might be bare. But you bear, and you seem to take a guess on what you believe from a book that you read over thousands of years, where it's only the last 100 years where people actually more or less know how to read and write, nevertheless understand or comprehend to the element that they're laid in front of them. Excuse me for the choice of my words. So you don't know what you don't know. You can never know what you don't know. And when you know it, how sure about what you know that you know? Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for being here. I'm going to look at the last remarks. "13 months, the Monopoly board. 1 area, 4 areas, and 2 areas. 616. 616. The trains run down here. They own the on-ramp and the off-ramp. The trains own 666 and Central Station. 666, 666, 666. but the 666 and the 666 are not the same 666.
If we eliminate the area space for the train, we must eliminate this area over here. Depending on which way the train is going. If we go this way, we don't eliminate this one, right? You know the 4 and 3 that I'm talking about? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. The thing is, when the train is running, we don't need to use this area. So it's 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 areas over here. Then the area here. When the train is going this way, right, you count these areas. When the train is going this way, you don't count these areas. It's one or the other. So over here, it's going to be 3, 3, 3 for 9. Over here, it's going to be 4, 1, 4 for 9. When you're going this way or this way, it's 3 or 4, right? Over here, it's 4. Over here, it's 3 before the trains start to run. So this area over here is going to be 9, 9, 9, 9. And then this area over here, okay, is where the trains are running. So it'll be 9, 9, and 9. So it'll 18, 27, 18. 36 and 18 is 54. They're running into the sun. Now, what about the outside over here, right? We did all this over here. Did I get that? Then there's the 18 over here. Equals to 72. And then there's the total that runs. Did I get this area? Did I do all that right? Let's see if I got that all right. 9, 9, 9. Okay, yes. And then there's the 6, 6, 6, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then there's the 36. Did I get that right? Then there's the 36 that fill in the gap. 108. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, I'm not going to count it that way because I'm over counting. And then there's 60 equals to 168 plus. No, I made a mistake somewhere, and I don't like that it's so messy, so I'm taking this off. And I'm going to show it to you again. 999, 27, 999, 27, 999, 27. The total is 81. And then over here, you have 4, 6, 4, 6, 6, 4, 4, 6, 6, 6, 4, 6, 6, 6, 4, 6, 6, 6, 4, 6, 6, 6. So 4, 4, 6, 6, 6, 4, 6, 6, 6 is 22. And then you have it 4 times, 22, 22, 22, and 22 equals to a total of 88 and 81, 169 total areas in this.
Over here, the Monopoly board is 169 areas. Yeah, we won't leave it up to chaos, right? Anyways, peace and love, everybody. Thank you for watching this video. Learning the truth, knowing the truth from the games we play. Thank you. This, right, is just me putting my might and my heart